Hello everyone. So through this video, we start with the second unit of organizational behavior, which is mainly about values, attitudes, personality, and personality attitude attributes influencing organizational behavior and perception. Particularly in this video, the first topic would be values, and we will be learning about values in detail and what they actually mean in organizational behavior. So, inside values, we have a couple of topics which we'll cover, mainly which are values, types of values, and values across cultures. So, what are values? So, we can look at it from two different perspectives, usually. First, which is that an individual perspective, where, our what the things and the a lot of things which we habits which we have imbibed from our parents, teachers, and grandparents, which give us a certain guidelines to act in life, and which clearly explain the difference between good and bad are values which have been passed on to us. So these values are gradually developed on our own, within oneself, based on our own beliefs and perceptions, and based on the education and also the personal experiences that we go through. And these values and beliefs are which are something which shape our behavior. Now, if we look at it from another perspective, which would be a more of a professional perspective rather than a personal, which we'd call an organizational perspective. So, organizations are also kind of a whole system, or which we can say that they also identify certain values, and mainly these values are identified by them for their success. So it and these values for organizations do not have the same values. It may differ on what their ultimate goal is. So an organization gives more. One organization might give more importance to product quality. The other might give more, importance to customer service, and someone might give more importance to free gifts to increase profit or anything. Like some may be honest, some may be dishonest, and everyone's motive or goals to set their values are different. Okay, so when we talk about types of values, so what happened is Milton Rockage in 1973 developed the value survey instrument called Rockage Value Survey, which is RVS, as you can already see. So he classified the values into two major categories, namely terminal and instrumental values. Okay, so he identified 18 sets of values which are applicable even today. What are terminal values and instrumental values? So the terminal values are the end states of values which we decide to reach. For example, happiness, success, equality, etc. And these are terminal values. Okay, and what are the instrumental values? Instrumental values are the things that we go through, or the means which we go through to achieve these terminal values. Okay, so which might be ambitious, honesty, etc. So let's see some examples of and some examples which might tell us the difference between terminal values and instrumental values. So terminal value is an end, as I already told you, and instrumental values is the means by which we reach that end. So if I want to have a terminal, my terminal value is to have a comfortable life. That is a prosperous life, as you can see in the slide. So what is the means to achieve that, which counts in the instrumental value? So the means to achieving a comfortable life would be to me would require for me to be ambitious, which in turn means being hardworking and aspiring, right? This is exactly how terminal and instrumental values, what is the difference between them and how they are also interconnected to each other, because without one the other cannot sustain, right? So these are some examples of how an exciting life would need you to be broad-minded, a sense of accomplishment wants you to be capable, and all of that stuff. So when we talk about another thing, which is values across cultures, so what does that mean? So values also differ across cultures. Mine, I come from a different culture. Someone else might come from a different culture, and my culture would tell me, like, the Western and Indian culture are so different. So you can understand why values differ across cultures. So Hofstede in 1983 explained about five different cultural values, and these cultural values are power distance, individualism versus collectivism, masculinity versus femininity, Uncertainty avoidance, long term versus short term orientation. So we'll discuss them one by one. So, what is power distance? It is the degree to which people believe that there is an unbalanced distribution of power in institutions and organizations. So, higher power distance in a country shows that there is no equal distribution of power in an organization and is also accepted by the society. Then comes individualism and collectivism. So, this means that the degree to which individuals are self centered about themselves or their close family is what individualism is, right? While collectivism, when we talk about it, is quite the opposite, where individuals consider the country, department, organization, and friends or relatives in general as a part of them and work for their benefit or they take care of them. So when it comes to masculinity versus femininity, we are obviously very aware of this concept, but still I'll try to explain it in a shorter way. Like the degree to which achievement, heroism, and success are preferred for a relationship or quality of life. In a high masculinity culture, male and female have separate roles with more differentiation across genders, while society with high masculine culture has more gender gap, as we already know and see. Here, what happens is men will be very aggressive, and money would become more important in the relationship. And a society where their femininity culture, prevails, there is no difference between males and females, and welfare is obviously seen to have been more important than money. Then, fourth, we come to uncertainty avoidance. This is the degree to which people are comfortable with uncertainty and sudden changes. Okay, so the society which scores high in this dimension, what will happen? It will not accept change and want to avoid risk and uncertainty. While the society which scores low in uncertainty avoidance are very ready usually to accept new things and accept breaking rules also. Then lastly, we come to long-term versus short-term orientation. So this dimension was not there previously, and it has been added recently by Hofstede in 2001. So long-term orientation is the extent to which society values future trends and accepts change. But short-term orientation is what is the degree to which importance is given to the past and adhering to the traditional norms. So in short-term oriented countries, importance is given to elders and family customs, etc. Okay, so in brief, what will happen is this brings us to the end of the values part of this unit two. So in brief, if I would have to recollect of what we've learned about values, is that they are beliefs and preferences about what is right and wrong. They also serve as a basis for attitude and perception, which we will be learning consecutively because of the obvious reasons, because the values is the base. Then terminal values are the ends which are to be reached, and instrumental values are the means through which you will reach the end, which is the terminal value. And generational cohorts are groups of people born in the same period. Okay, so this is what values is all about, and this is all I had to share. Thank you so much.